left it on purpose because I'm taking him there in the morning. So I actually left it on purpose. Huh? Okay. Uh, uh we'll talk. But yeah, his chair, we plan to leave it. Hey, what's going on? This your tech homie, Bab Aditiba. Come come chill with me for a second, man. Gonna go over some of the topics that I listed in the description. This is my first time actually going live on YouTube, so I had to do a few test runs. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I was being a little iterative in the production environment. Not a good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. How to get six figures in tech by 2024. Looks like we have 8 to 9 months left. At the time of this recording is March 16th. You have 8 to 9 months, plenty of time to do what you need to do to get to six figures by 2024. Definitely not too late. Let's get right to it. So cloud engineering. A lot of people ask, what should I be doing in IT? What role can I fulfill in tech? This guy has a really good website where where you taking a quiz or an assessment, and based on your answers, he makes a suggestion for you. A guy named D'Amico's Chambers. You can check it out right there in the chat. That's bcloudengineers.com. The website is B, the letter B, cloudengineers.com. This is a cool, handy assessment and quiz. Of course, you got to give up your blood, your personal data to get the answers, but I definitely think it's worth it. I definitely think it's worth it. It goes into depth about what's a cloud engineer, what's a cloud network technician. I even did it myself a couple months ago because I ran into him in a group, virtual group, and I thought it was a great tool because that's the question people ask often. And I usually just share people a branch of career roadmaps. And if you go to the description of this video, there's a great article that we're going to go over briefly too about non-tech jobs in the tech company. That's a question I'm asked often. I might even do a whole different episode about that. But if I'm trying to pull up my assessment that I took, but I definitely think it's worth the time. Quiz or assessment. Definitely think it's worth the time. And the headline of the website and kind of his marketing point is B Cloud Engineers is a cloud engineer consulting company that helps people of color decide on the best cloud tech career path that speaks to the interest and daily work life desires with zero tech experience. So yeah, he really advertises that part. That this is a career that's fit for you. Take your assessment, you see what's fit, and you don't need tech experience. So shout out to that brother there. Again, it's in the chat. That's bcloudengineers.com. Rolling on to the next one. Something I advertise often on my personal page and in a Facebook group called Men in Technology. Come holler at us in there, Men in Technology. Something I talk about often is data science and all the opportunities in data science. Um, I, I really don't do a lot of data science related work, but see the buzzword around a lot. My wife is in data science, and you see it demand a lot. The job titles are usually described as like data scientist or like data analyst, or you might even see just um, senior analyst. Sometimes they don't put the whole description there. Data science is definitely something that you can get to six figures. by the end by 2024. Data science, you need to basically know about like machine learning, data mining, visualization, and there's a lot of ways that they do that. They perform visualization with Tableau. That's the software you're gonna have to learn. I talked about that in my last video. You just go to my last video. Tableau. It's the software you use to visualize data. They manipulate a lot of data in Excel, so you need to get your Excel skills up. And I think to run the queries and databases, I think they use SQL. So if you check out my last video, I go a little bit more in detail about that, but that's definitely something that can get you into six figures. Remember I said like some good markers of knowing that, if you decide to take a boot camp, the markers is that you come out with a portfolio. And it's not just data science, it's a lot of boot camps. Make sure you come out with a digital portfolio so you can show off your work, so you can market yourself as a good candidate and actually be able to prove and show your work to people in the marketplace. That's what you want to be able to do. So that's an important marker that I use to know, hey, is this bootcamp worth spending my money on? There's a lot of different boot camps you can check out. I'm just going to Google data science bootcamp. So between cloud engineering, data science, definitely something where you can get to six figures. There's a lot of different levels of data science. You'll see like data scientist, data analyst, data engineer, architect. Just start with data scientist. You can work your way into data engineering. Um, of course, YouTube University is always going to be a great help. Udemy and the other one, Coursera, right? Doing a lot of chilling, a lot of Excel open, a lot of copying and pasting. Um, Definitely something I thought about learning because as a Scrum Master, there's been several projects that I've been involved with that made me learn more about like big data and data science and the four layers of data and stuff like that. So definitely a good knowledge base to have. And if you're not in tech and you're trying to figure out like the best career roadmap to follow, or you're trying to see what best fits for you, whenever people are suggesting like different technologies or different knowledge bases to learn, it's not always it's not always to go down that particular path, right? So if someone's saying, hey, you should learn like Azure, like fundamentals to learn about the cloud technology, it's not necessarily so you can become like a cloud network technician or a cloud engineer. It can just be to boost your knowledge base so you can be a more effective front end, back end developer. Um, so, same thing. If someone's suggesting for you to learn Linux, it's not necessary for you to go into the path of being a Linux developer. It can just be something that strengthens your knowledge base so you can become a better, candidate and a better person in that particular skill set. So it's kind of something that you kind of have to be in to understand. But hopefully that was a good example to say that just because someone's suggesting to learn about data science is not saying, hey, you should become a data scientist full throttle. Um, Again, as a Scrum Master, I know developers too who are like, hey, I'm going to learn about some data science. Good for me to know. So okay, I think I beat a horse there. And you can check out the last video where I kind of go more in depth about data science. The last one is like Agile and Scrum. I'm gonna put a link in there. Agile and Scrum. That is kind of the more liberal side of project management. I've heard people describe it as, but it's just basically a new way to deliver work and a new way to manage projects. It's a different way from waterfall, which requires you to gather all the user requirements on the front end. It allows you to be more iterative in how you deliver your work and how you test how you interact and get feedback as well from like the user. So Agile and Scrum is definitely something I've seen people get to six figures, definitely within 9 months. It's a lot less technical than data science, and cloud engineering doesn't require any coding. This is mostly you like, um, you know, facilitating certain ceremonies, a lot of coaching, a lot of mentoring about how to deliver work in a certain way. Because we're not just, when you're on a team or doing a project, you're not just waking up randomly and doing work. You're actually, following a certain framework, and there's actually principles and values that you think about before you deliver work and before you create products, before you create software. And so there are people, scrum masters, product owners, product managers, agile coaches. There are people in that space who I won't really include product owners and product managers, but there are definitely people in that space who are like, hey, let's make sure we're delivering value to our customer. Let's make sure we're getting a short feedback loop cycle. Let's make sure all of the code quality is precise and thorough. And those people are in the Agile and Scrum space. If you check out the link I post in the chat, go to safe.mensatech. That's safe.mensatech.com. You can learn about SAFE. Your organization might be doing SAFE there. It's scaled Agile. So you might have, 50 to 130 people on one art working together, delivering a solution. Um, you can just go to the general Mensa Tech website, which I'm going to share here in a second too. You just go to the general Mensa Tech website and you can see all of the Scrum and Agile classes they have there as well. If you're a teacher, um, I've seen a lot of teachers successfully transition into this because they're used to improving processes, they're used to being observant, they're used to conflict resolution. They tend to be pretty efficient and successful in this. So I'm gonna put here. They have the courses listed. Check them out. Teachable. Yes, definitely recommend them. So yeah, if you're a teacher, I see a lot of people have success in this, and also people with minimal tech experience. So let's go a quick recap, man. You got data science, you have Scrum and Agile, you have cloud engineering. All these are fields that you can dive into and make six figures um, before 2024. Data science, I think data science is gonna be closer to 70 to 80, but definitely Scrum and cloud engineering, absolutely six figures for sure. Definitely at or above 100,000 gross for sure. For sure. Both mostly virtual, maybe hybrid, but all three will be virtual. And that's another beauty about it. If you want to stay virtual, you'll see that these fields, these skill sets, the people are usually going to be virtual. And pretty soon I'm going to be able to like share my screen, do a little bit more on this YouTube stream. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat. Of course, y'all know it's your tech homie. Check out the Man of Technology Facebook group. Check out some of the links also in the description. And I'm gonna keep hitting y'all with content, man. You know what? I forgot to share this one last link. I lie. I forgot to share this one last link because I get this question often. What are some non-technical roles that I can do? Some non-technical roles.